Hey, what up, everyone? I hope you're ready for this week's episode of Dear Chiquis, because I sure am. It's been really nice connecting with you guys on a more direct and intimate level, and I can't wait to get into today's submissions. This podcast reflects my thoughts and opinions and shouldn't be used as a substitute for help from a professional. So if you're dealing with a serious issue or hardship, please speak to a qualified professional, okay? So without further ado, let's hop into these questions. The first one comes from Alfonso.
Hola, Chiquis. I am a recent boss bee from you, and I love following you in your journey. I live in the South. I live in Tennessee, and I was wondering if you've ever dealt with any kind of racism as a Latina, as a Mexican, because here I definitely, unfortunately, have suffered with a lot. And I've just ever wondered if you have, living in California with so many other Latinos, whereas here I didn't grow up with any. And, I still, face it working with customers and stuff. So I just wondered if you have ever experienced racism.
Alfonso, hello and welcome to Boss Bee Nation. I love to hear from new Boss Bees. Thank you for following me. Thank you for sending me the question. I appreciate it because, believe it or not, I have quite a few times. The most recent one was, I think, a few years back. I think it was when Donald Trump just got into office, and I felt like all the racists came out of like literally nowhere. I was like, what is this? What's happening? I couldn't believe it. But we were on an airplane going, I believe, to a show, or I don't exactly remember where, but my makeup artist, she was walking in front of me on the plane, and she was saying something to me in Spanish. And I heard a guy say, why don't you just shut up and just go back to your country if you're going to speak Spanish? Like out loud. And I remember Jessica, my makeup artist, she looks back at me and she's like, like she was in shock. And I was in shock. But I'm not saying this is the right way to react, but I reacted. So when I walked by him, I got really close to him and in his ear, and I said, I'm going to show you where the fuck I'm from, motherfucker. I sure did. I'm not saying that that's the right way to do it, okay? Because you're in customer service, Alfonso, okay? But you're asking me a question and I'm honest. You guys know I am straight up. So I was just so livid. I was upset. I could not believe it. And I was like, what is happening? Like, we're not in freaking like 1930 or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this is crazy. I couldn't believe it. And now I think especially if I was in customer service, I would handle it differently. I would just probably tell them, you probably need a hug. Can I hug you? You know what I mean? Te falta amor. You need a little bit more love in your life because we're all equal. It doesn't matter your skin tone and where you come from. It's just we're human and we're all going through our own battles. Pero bueno, you're in customer service. I think more than anything is don't let it consume your heart. Don't let it change your essence. No les pagues con la misma moneda. If they're mean to you, just smile and show them that you're better. Take the higher road. Sometimes I know it's harder. It's a lot like easier said than done, but just know, I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. And if they're being rude for no reason, pues allá ellos. Están amargadísimos. Send them love and light, baby. Love and light. I always send love and light to all those people that be trying to be mean to me. I'm like, I ain't got no time for it. You want to be mean to me? There's something going on in your heart because I don't deserve it. Now, I'm going to pray for you. But Alfonso, you asked me, I'm honest, and I hope that my little piece of advice can help you, Papa. So thank you. Thank you for your question. Thank you for being a boss bee. You made me happy. And I'm sending you a big kiss all the way to Tennessee. Besitos, Papa. Next up is a question from Melinda.
Hey, Chiquis. I just got out of a 10-year relationship, and I'm just now trying to get back out in the dating game. I'm nervous as hell. And to be honest, I'm finding it hard to connect with other partners, other people, because I've been in a relationship with someone for so long that, to be real, I don't even know how to connect with myself, much less getting back out there to try and find a man. So I'd love to get your advice on what to do, maybe just some help on how I can figure out ways to connect with myself, really, because it's been hard. I've been so used to being in a relationship and asking what the other person wants to do and what their interests are that I've forgotten all about me. So I'd love your help. Thank you.
Melinda, okay, look. First of all, be patient with yourself because everything you're feeling right now is totally normal, especially after getting out of such a long relationship. I think you kind of answered your own question. Since you kind of lost yourself in your past relationship, I think the most important relationship is the one with yourself. So, yes, we all need love. We need sex. We need hugs and kisses. I get it. I get it. But maybe right now, what God wants, what the universe wants, is for you to have and fall in love with yourself again. You know what I mean? And kind of not close your heart to love, but also not go and find it. I think when we go and try to like look for love, we are looking so much, then we get ourselves in a bad situation. You know what I mean? So my suggestion is really find ways to date yourself. When I was single, I went to the movies by myself. I took myself to dinner. I got ready for me. And I was like, I'm hot. And I did things. I started working out. I started eating healthier. Anything that made me just feel better. I would do masks on Sundays. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't have a partner, but it's okay. I'm going to put on my mask. I'm going to whiten my teeth. I'm going to sit on the couch and I'm going to watch a movie. It's like little things like that that fulfill your heart, water the plants, just things to like enjoy your own company. You know what I mean? First. Then when the universe and God is ready to bring that guy, he will, or the universe will. Now, one thing I do suggest is in your notes, in your phone, or write it down on a piece of paper, write what you want in a man, in your next partner. It could sound crazy. You could be like, I want him tall with green eyes and muscles and no kids or whatever it may be, even if it sounds crazy and you feel like this guy cannot exist. If you really set the intention of the type of person down to how he treats you and for him to be faithful and lo que sea, o sea, anything. Believe me, the universe is always listening. And even if you don't get that exact man, you will get what you need in that moment, okay? So what my heart is telling me to tell you, my advice is, for now, focus on you. Focus on yourself and do good things for you. Go on a bike ride. Go on a walk, on a hike. Tú solita. Enamórate contigo misma. So thank you for your question, and I hope I helped. I really, really do. And I'm sending you a big, big hug, and you're not alone. The universe loves you, and I do too. Okay, Melinda? So I can't wait to hear from you again. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. So last but definitely not least is a question from Michelle.
Hi, Chiquis. I have a question for you. I wanted to know, how do you cope with a breakup, and what's the easiest way to like let go of a long-term relationship? What is the way that I could occupy myself or get that person off my mind?
Well, Michelle, it's going to take time, and you have to know that. The way to get over someone or to cope with a breakup is really embracing that pain and crying it out. And instead of trying to be strong and say, I'm not going to cry and this and that and F that motherfucker, like, no, like I feel it. I miss him, but this is what's best for me. And just cry it out. Crying is so cleansing. Like, it's just let all that toxicity out, let it all out. I did a lot of crying when I separated from my ex-husband, and I was very sad to the point where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get over this. Thank God I did. You know, I kept one eye, because the other one was crying. I kept one eye focused on the light at the end of the tunnel. But I'm going to tell you, no pain lasts forever. And I always say this, hope, HOPE, hold on, pain ends. Okay? Tell yourself this too shall pass. Focus on things that make you happy, whatever it may be. Read a book. A good book always makes your soul feel better when you're giving yourself knowledge and you're occupying your mind with something else. Whatever type of book, a book is great. Be okay with being alone, just for a little bit. I think that's important. A lot of us don't know how to be alone. And I'm telling you, because I was just talking to my therapist about that the other day, so I get it. Be patient. I always say this because it's true. Be patient and compassionate and understand. Thank goodness you're not the first and you're not the last. We've all gone through it. And again, like I just told Melinda, you're not alone, Michelle. You got this. This too shall pass. And it helps. Just saying those words, it just makes you feel better. Pray. Always pray for strength. Michelle, I'm wishing you the best. I'm sending you a big hug. Thank you so much to Alfonso, Melinda, Michelle. I really, really appreciate you listening to the podcast and submitting your questions. Once again, please don't hesitate to seek help from a professional if you're suffering an issue or hardship, you guys. These are just my thoughts and opinions I'm sharing with you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you all have a really great week, and don't forget to check out my longer, more in-depth podcast, Chiquis and Chill. New episodes drop every Monday, okay? You can listen wherever you listen to your favorite shows. Bye-bye, guys. Los amo. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast, and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.